Okay. Oh, here we go. Alright. I'm gonna go put this tweet out.
I'll put it in the Discords. I got the link.
The Discords?
Yeah, I've got that.
Do you got all three of them?
Which ones?
Accessibility, programming, and wait, maybe there's only two. We'll put it in both the Discords.
If I can type today.
What? That got sent. Now I need to retweet it from my personal account because I don't have a lot of followers on Taste Tech Talks yet.
And since you're listening on stream, go follow it.
Yep. Hey, Logic. How are you? Hello in chat.
Yeah, that came in. Funny thing is, yours was less delayed than mine. That's weird.
I love that. Hey, your own pay? Y'all, we're going to get started in about, what do we say, 5 minutes, Michael? Less than that?
Yeah, about 5 minutes. We're going to get started here.
Yep.
All right, it's posted to the Discords.
Right, I'm going to quick put it in the WhatsApp.
Oh, don't worry about it. I can do that real quick.
Oh, you can? Okay, good.
Yeah, I've got WhatsApp desktop.
Oh, yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, I wish they'd make that accessible.
Yeah, that's something they need to work on. So if you're watching... Did you get mentioned in that tweet, right? I did the right thing. Hopefully.
Oh?
What?
You didn't hear your own pay?
No.
There is an add-on for NVDA for WhatsApp desktop for Windows.
Oh, I never got the chat message. Uh-oh. It's not good.
Oh no.
Oh no. This isn't good, y'all.
It chats in and out.
Yeah. The chat is waiting for new messages. Oh no. My chat's disconnected. Oh no. Awesome.
Try closing the program and opening it back up. Maybe?
If I can.
Question mark?
That's a big question mark. Okay, somebody put something in chat, please. Making sure that Taylor's chat's working.
Yeah, your own pay said he'll Discord it to you later.
Yeah, my chat's still not working. I have no messages. Awesome. Okay. That's going to be an issue because I have to be able to see the chat.
Hang on, I'm going to send you a text. Read it on your Mac.
Sorry, y'all, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties today.
Interesting.
Or do I just use the Yeah, I don't want to use the extension because it's so delayed.
Actually, it would be interesting to see the difference, the comparison.
Should I just use it then? Or...
Yeah, let's see if it's about the same speed.
Okay.
But I'm also sending you another text.
Well, I don't want to finagle since we do have people watching us.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and fire up the extension, and we will do some testing on this episode.
All right. So, let's see. Let me fire this extension up real quick.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Restream Chat. It's very finicky, and I don't. It's fast, but I think I may have figured out why Restream events are so fast at getting chat messages in, and we're going to test it the next time I do a game stream.
Michael, your video's not on, is it?
It is not on.
Oh, it isn't? Okay.
Because I was getting close to the screen, and you know how well that does with having big forehead on screen.
Okay. Alright, so I don't think anybody's watching. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Let me...
I have both, actually. I have Streamlabs and Restream, actually. But there's a little trick to getting Restream cheaper, and I'm not going to talk about that on the stream.
Yeah, don't do that. Alright. So, let me see here.
The funny thing is, your own page just left a message, and it shows there's 0 viewers. So how does that work?
I was wondering about that. I think YouTube is having an issue right now.
Your own pay, no comments.
Alright. Y'all, send me a message in chat. Please.
Somebody really wants to go fast.
Your own pay, never assume nobody's watching. There's always somebody watching.
Taylor, it's the same speed.
Alright, then let's just go with it. Ready?
No. I'm just saying that's pretty amazing. That extension is working at the same speed as Restream Chat.
Yeah, but do you think that we got overwhelmed before? Because obviously I think only one of us could actually read the chats.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. That's very strange. I wonder if it's because we started the account on the channel with a different Restream account that it was like, nope, I'm done. I don't know, though. That's interesting.
Anyways.
I still want to get that. I want to figure out what that extension is, though.
Oh, I never gave that to you, did I?
No, you never did. Never did.
It's called YouTube... Let me find it. Y'all, I'll find it in the chat, and I'll put it in the chat. And then we could always put it in the description later.
Cool.
Right. Are we ready to get this thing started?
We are.
Are we going to record, Michael?
Let me get my video on, too. So give me just a second.
Yeah, no. That'd help. Yeah. Yeah, we're all over the place today. But like the video, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. We're going to be doing these every week, so... what happened?
Oh, you didn't get the chat?
Your own pay. Taylor's keeping secrets about her extensions.
Okay, so just a few seconds. That's not bad.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, wait, what are you laughing about? That's the only thing is that it's not in sync, so...
Well, that could, mine could actually go slower, yours could actually go faster.
Yeah,
There's
no, I'm not keeping a secret your own pay. Once we get started, I will go ahead. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can... Ah. Hold on.
Sorry.
Shoot.
Those dialogues, take your focus away from whatever you're doing.
Yep. I don't even know if I accepted it.
Well, at least you're still in the meeting, unlike what I did the other day.
Well, at least... Yeah.
That was fun.
Did you get that message, Michael?
You liked what video? Your own pay?
Yeah. Oh, I already liked it from my own YouTube account.
Ah, yeah, that.
Yeah, I already did.
I'll like it later.
Alright, anyways, y'all. Here's the YouTube's TTS. Oh no, what's happening? Hold on. What's going on here? Alright, there we go. Okay. Everyone, you can still hear me?
I feel like YouTube is... Well, so we had to delete the event first time because I had a typo, and then we remade the event. YouTube's like, what event? Because, some brilliant people are developing, for YouTube. So, I feel like when you delete an event at the same time, it may cause problems. So hopefully, that's why we're recording this too, so that if YouTube does not keep it up because of shenanigans, we'll be able to say, bam, right back up.
Yep, and we'll probably put it on Taylor's Tech Talks as well. All right, there's the YouTube. Oh, you know what? It went right to GitHub. Oh, I'm logged into Techopolis. Okay.
Yeah, you are. That's fine.
And now TTS is deciding it's going to read the whole URL aloud.
Yeah, I got that too.
All right. All right, are we ready to just get this thing on a roll?
We are ready. Let's have some fun.
Yes.
All right, let me see if I can position my microphone a little bit better.
But there's the YouTube extension. I'll try. What are we talking about today, Your Own Pay? Well, you're going to have to find out.
See, that time yours was shorter. That's interesting.
Interesting.
That is very interesting how that works. All right, are we ready?
Yes. Are we ready?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Techopolis Live. I'm Michael Dowies.
And I'm Taylor Arndt.
And we're back for another episode of Techopolis Live. I'm always excited to do these episodes, and we have a fun discussion today, I think.
Yes, I really do as well. It's going to be really fun.
Because I've been playing with a app on the iPad and some other company-related stuff that I want to talk about, and we've done a lot of game streaming. This week has been a game streaming filled week on this channel, and we are up to 25 followers on the channel, so I'm very excited about that, and so I want to see us get to 30.
Yeah, and Taylor's Tech Talks is at 220. I want to see us get to 230. Let me put a link in there in the chat, so if y'all aren't subscribed to Taylor's Tech Talks, you should go do that as well, because that's my channel. And we're going to have these Techopolis episodes on there as well.
Right. And I think we'll have to probably post this one to it after, with the recording, but that was easy to do.
Yes, it is.
So,
and then we'll have a full description and everything.
Right. So, we had some really cool stuff that we found. And Michael has still not had tacos, but I had taco pizza.
I had tacos, so I'm pretty great.
Yeah. So we, who knows what the food discussion will be on the chat tonight, but I told Your Own Pay in the chat the other night during a game stream. He said, "What should I have tonight?" I had tacos, and I said, fajitas. So, something different. So, all right. So, I've been playing around a lot with Node.js lately, and one of the things that's really cool.
What's it? Michael, you're getting distracted again.
I did, but I think he was meaning that you got tacos, and I haven't.
Yeah.
But,
Yes. But either way, yeah.
Yeah, I was distracted a little bit because it was reading out the whole URL on the chat. It's like, but I've been playing around on the iPad because I've got my new iPad Pro M1, which is amazing, and it's working really well. But I'm always in the search for being able to write code on the iPad, and I think I've found an app, at least for JavaScript. We now have one for Python, and we now have one for JavaScript. So, Play.js. Have you heard of this app, Taylor?
I have heard of it. I mean, partially from you, but I also think I saw a YouTube video not too long ago, and I think I liked the YouTube video. Which reminds me, follow my personal Twitter to literally get everything that I like on YouTube. And I do like a lot of videos, so you will get a lot of tweets. But if you want to see everything that I like, then you might want to follow that. I'll put the Twitter for my personal Twitter in the description if y'all want to follow that to get all my liked YouTube videos. But yeah, I have heard of this app.
Yeah, you're on pay. I know. The nice thing is, though, the delay for us to get your messages is greatly reduced, and that's pretty amazing. Speech chat is great, but it is much slower than this. But I have a feeling, and I'm going to talk about this topic in a little bit, but I have a feeling I know the reason why speech chat is so slow, and we will come back to that in just a bit. In fact, I could probably go to speech chat, log in, and see if my theory is correct. But I will get to that if we get a chance, or we might just not even get to it this time.
Yeah.
There we go. There's Taylor's Twitter in the chat. So,
Yep.
Mine's boring. Mike Doey's. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, mine is a little bit more entertaining. Primarily because Taylor Art was taken already. Which makes it hard to believe.
The neat thing is that you could actually change your name.
Okay.
I think we will do a video on that, your own pay. That'd be kind of fun. But so I've been playing around with this app called Play.js, and it's really neat because it's advertised as an app that lets you write JavaScript code and run it on the iPad. And it actually has a fully ported version of Node.js. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the current version, unless I'm out of date, of Node.js is version 16.
Yeah, I believe you are correct on that.
Unfortunately, what's in Play.js is Node.js 12.
Oh.
But I think they do that for stability, so that older apps will still run no matter what you're using. So I think that's why they do that.
Makes sense.
But you can build React Native, Vue.js, which is the proper pronunciation. I've always heard some people say Vue, but it is supposed to be Vue, even though it's Vue. There you can do Express. You can do pretty much anything you want in that app. What is JavaScript? What is JavaScript and what's Node.js?
All right.
Google it. No. Node.js or JavaScript is first what your browser typically uses to render dynamic content on web pages.
On web pages, yep.
But Node.js or what? So actually, Taylor, why don't you explain what Node.js is?
I can explain what Node.js is. Okay, so Michael already covered that JavaScript is basically the other part, right? For your website, because a website requires 3 basic programming languages to function: HTML, hypertext markup language; CSS, cascading style sheets; and JavaScript, or JS, as people call it. And the JavaScript is basically, again, like what Michael said, it's kind of what gives your site interactivity, right? So Node.js is a back-end JavaScript framework, and that allows you to make web applications using JavaScript on the back end. Instead of using like the lamp stack, or some of those other stamps, no stacks, like the PHP and the all that kind of fun thing. So basically, you can use JavaScript on the back end to create web applications, and that is called the Jamstack.
Okay, now explain what does that stand for? Because I'm curious.
So it's JavaScript. Now I gotta try to see if I can remember it all. JavaScript. I gotta remember what the A is, but I believe the M is like Mongo or one of the other databases, MySQL. So let me look up. I'm having a brain.
I've never heard this before.
Oh. Yep. So. Apache, thank you. My brain is like not.
I was wondering if it was Apache, but so is Apache just built into a lot of these libraries or into Node.js when you run a web application?
I'm putting a URL in chat, Michael, so that way you don't get speech bombed. Well, you will anyways, but.
Yeah, but that's interesting.
Yep. So it's called the Jamstack. I first learned about it on a YouTube channel called Real Tough Candy. That's another web developer channel I like to listen to. And I actually learned about the Jamstack through there.
Interesting.
And I'm going to link that as well in the chat.
See, for our Node.js applications, we're using, I guess it's using a Jamstack.
Yes, we are. Yep.
For some of our web applications, but then it's using Nginx as a proxy. So that's interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. I was not aware that's how it did it. So
yeah.
I just learned something today. That's awesome.
Perfect.
So yeah, Node.js kind of lets you do a lot of the back-end work, and you could use it as a interpreted programming language. So you could use JavaScript as an interpreted language like Python or anything else. The difference is, though, Python can interact with C-based libraries where JavaScript really doesn't have that functionality, and Python does have the ability to run code at a faster performance rate because it's not relying on as many JavaScript libraries and interpretations of languages to run. Typically, you're going to get a lot faster results through Python because it doesn't take up as much memory as a JavaScript application, except for in the realm of probably React and React Native, those kind of things.
Yep.
Awesome.
And I was also on the Real Tough Candy blog as well. So I actually got interviewed on that blog.
That's awesome.
In November. So I can link to that as well. But basically that's another YouTube channel. We should have a bunch of featured channels. I know that on my Taylor's Tech Talks, I basically make all the channels that I subscribe to public so that y'all can see what I like.
Yeah, we're going to do that, and we're also going to check this out. I haven't even told you this, Taylor.
Oh.
We're gonna make sections on our YouTube channel, so you'll actually be able to say, I don't care about Michael's stupid Minecraft crap. I want the Techopolis live shows. You will be able to find them that way.
Like playlists?
I believe you can have it as like you can add playlists to different sections.
Oh, sections, okay.
Yeah, there's even you can add a live, like currently now streaming section to your page, to your YouTube channel.
Huh.
And a lot of other sections too. It's really interesting. I was playing around with this, trying to find the URL for this stream before we started. So it's really, really interesting.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, yeah. So Taylor's Tech Talks. Like I said, all these things will be in, because we're probably gonna have to put this up with the recording because it probably won't even show up later. But anyway, so Real Tough Candy is another channel that I like to subscribe to. Really good web development videos, really good live streams. And yeah. And a Discord too.
Awesome.
So,
And
everyone's
so
got a Discord these
back
days.
to what we were saying, you can do all of this in Play.js, and I was able to run one of their. It's very similar to Pythonista, and I was able to actually run a React Native app that they had while looking at the code, and it just makes up a little portion of the window so you could run your app, so you could debug it.
Now, question though. I've got an M1 Mac. I don't know. We've told the listeners, right?
I think
Have
that we've
we?
mentioned it last week.
Well, I'm going to mention it again. I have now a M1 Mac in my possession. And so the next logical thing would be my iPad is currently out of commission. But we obviously know that M1 Macs can run iPad apps. So the next logical question on my end, Michael, would be, can I run this on my Mac? Because that would be epically awesome.
Well, you can actually check in the App Store if you go to
I'm going
the
to
App
do that
Store,
right
type
now.
in play.js, and see if it's there.
And Michael's question in chat is, it's available on the iPhone? Michael, sorry, your own pay.
Yes, it is available on the iPhone.
Yep. But let me go ahead and check on the Mac and see if it's available, because, man, that'd be awesome. But then would you use that, or would you use VS Code? That'd be a whole nother question, right? If it's available on the iPad, or on the Mac, what would you use?
Probably still VS Code because you have more capabilities, but if you just want a sandbox to play around, that would be a good option. I'm really kind of curious if it is now.
I'm checking. So, nope.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
Have you there is a box for iOS apps. Have you tried checking or making sure that option
yeah,
selected?
iPhone and iPad apps, yeah.
That's a shame. Because Pythonista is. Medium rare, all the way.
Yep.
Medium
I agree.
rare. Your own pay asked us how we like steaks, and medium rare.
I agree.
Because especially if you're in a restaurant, if you tell them one, they'll go usually a little bit further. So if you tell them medium, it's going to be medium well, technically. If you tell them medium rare, it's going to be more on the medium side. So that's how I do it. Great distraction, though. I want steak now.
Oh, great. That's wonderful.
And Texas Roadhouse is the best place to get steaks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For a decent amount of money.
That is if I can actually get DoorDash to cooperate. But anyways, all right.
Do they have a Texas Roadhouse up there?
I don't know. I don't even know. I gotta check.
They're really good.
Yeah, I just gotta check. Well, and I can obviously get it when I come to Texas.
You're still mooing your own pay? That does not surprise me coming from you. I don't know why, but so yeah, and it's really neat. It has a lot of support. I don't know if Play.js has shortcut support, but you could definitely use React Native, get you some pictures of some steaks, and actually display those steaks in a JavaScript application.
You could. And you could definitely do that. And
you could build a recipe app through React Native using this app. It's really pretty cool.
It is, because doesn't it show the components on screen?
When you're running it, yes, it does.
And that's...
And that will work with VoiceOver because they're native components.
Yep, it will work with VoiceOver. Yep.
When I looked at it, it uses, when you're making React Native stuff, you're using all accessible, views as long as you don't make custom controls.
And as long as you don't use those VS Code snippets that we found earlier, may not be accessible. So if you're watching and you're using some random VS Code snippets, you might want to do an accessibility check. Just saying.
Yep. And did you guys know that if you have your phone or iPad plugged into your Mac with Xcode, you can do an accessibility audit through Xcode?
I didn't.
Mm-hmm. In Xcode, in the Xcode menu, there's a menu. It's like other applications or other tools, or additional tools, or something similar. And one of those is accessibility checker.
Now, again, this comes back to the question, though. Those things are only so accurate, right? So,
what this does is it actually goes through and it does not check it for you. That's the big thing.
Oh, it doesn't? Really?
No. Just like on Android. Android has one built on the phone. And it makes you go through with VoiceOver or TalkBack, whatever you're using. And it does have some, like the Android one does have some basic auditing features that will tell you that this control doesn't have alt text or that it's not big enough as far as the padding. But like the iOS one, you still have to navigate the app and do things and see. It'll give you like information about what the hitboxes are for touch targets and things like that. So yeah, all of that stuff.
I'm totally fine with that. That's totally fine with me. In fact, I want to see this now.
Yep, it is definitely a thing, and it's available as an app from Google Play on Android, so you can do that on both OSs, which is really nice.
Yes, that is.
I didn't know you didn't know about that.
I didn't know. Nope.
See, we both learned something today. I learned about the Jamstack, and you learned about the built-in accessibility checkers for iOS and Android.
Yes. Now we just need something for the web that will do. I mean, there are tools, but again, they're not, I don't know. No, Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Your own pay was saying that there is some neat accessibility things like switch control and eye movements coming to Android that were announced yesterday.
Oh, was there an event yesterday? I take it?
No, but they will release accessibility things throughout the year.
Okay.
They're not like Apple that's like, here's everything we're going to do for a year. Boom. All at once.
Let me try to find an article so I can put that in there. That way we can...
Right.
Google adds facial recognition features.
So I want to point out this is the first time that Taylor's been on video for a while. And yeah, that's what I thought, your own pay. This is the first time Taylor's been on video for a little while. And I don't know if folks watching can tell, but she's in her new apartment. And I think that the lighting that you have in there in your room, and you have no background noise. I probably have more than you at this point.
I think you do.
You know, everything looks great. You are in a much better environment, I'm sure, for you. So
oh yeah, and again, this is just my room. I'm gonna be moving into my office this weekend. I've got people coming to help me. Because that room needs to be deconstructed. And I cut you off, but I think you were trying to say congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats on the new place and the new new work environment. So
I love it. I'm enjoying it, and we're gonna keep making this thing awesome. Let me go ahead and Android. Whoops! If I can spell accessibility right, that'd help.
Know how that goes.
Ugh.
I missed V in native whenever I was creating this event the first time, so that happened.
I caught that one. There we go.
So the next thing I want to talk about is, so we finally got all of our paperwork done for the company, for Techopolis. And a lot of hyphens in that chat. It's always interesting. I'm being squirreled for a second. It's always interesting when you see a URL these days that just ends in HTML, because it means they're not using WordPress. They're not using a major PHP engine. They're probably using some kind of a Node.js or some kind of way to generate their content without using PHP, because they're just using HTML. So that's really interesting. Starting to see more HTML pages that are probably static, using Python or Node.js.
Or even the static website generators with Markdown. Do you know that they have those, Michael?
Yeah, I've heard of those, and that's really interesting to me.
I almost said Markdown. What am I saying? Woo. I'm going to link to one in the chat. It's called Hugo. And that is one that some of my friends have used to build sites.
Is it accessible? Do you know?
Well, yeah, I would. I haven't been able to verify its accessibility, so do not kill me if it's inaccessible. But assuming it uses all plain Markdown. So it's all literally you just write Markdown files and you get a static website.
I'm going to have to look into that because that's kind of interesting.
It really is. And it's like, how do you do forms and how do you do all that other stuff?
Yeah, I want to look into that. That's really pretty cool. This is why I love these streams, because we talk about all kinds of crazy fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have fun on Taylor's Tech Talks, but, this is just pretty
We go
awesome.
all over the place on these. But
Yeah,
that's
we
the
do.
point. That's the point.
Right.
So, as I was saying, I've started, I finished all the company paperwork. I have my bank account for Techopolis. I have all the things. And so today was the day I signed up, or yesterday. I think I started the process yesterday.
You started it yesterday, but then couldn't get verified.
Yeah, I signed up I signed up for my DUNS number, which was actually an easy process. You do it from Apple's website. And they link you to Dun & Bradstreet. They called me yesterday and they said, here's your number. Congratulations. So that was neat. Easy process, easier than I thought. I thought it was going to take me 30 days and then 2 weeks to get my Apple developer account. So I got my DUNS number. So I woke up this morning all, excited like a kid on Christmas. And I went and signed up for Apple developer. It let me in. And so I put in my information and it let me do all that. And I got my approval. I made the payment, which was also a bit of a pain, but I got 1% back on my PayPal card, so that's pretty cool. That's the best use of PayPal right now.
Helpful. Yeah, best use of PayPal. Make them give you cash back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a business card, so might as well. And so I signed up, and now the funny thing is, transferring out of PayPal may you're gonna transfer all this out. Okay, 1%. That's how much you got back.
Or just do a standard deposit and just wait for it all to come back.
Right. So I signed up for Apple and I got all of that done. It's actually it's not an easy process. It's not as easy as signing up as an individual. And the reason is with Apple, with App Store Connect, you have to go through the process and give them your company name and, prove that you are a organization and prove that you have the legal signing rights for the organization. A person from Apple Developer Support will call you on the phone and say, are you the person with legal rights to sign for this organization? And you just have to say yes. But I guess that's, a verbal way of legally saying, yes, I am the dude that's on this thing, on the paperwork. I'm not sure why they want it so much more strict than individuals, but I think Apple really is not, I think they make the process for this very strict. And then I'm like, okay, so I got my new account. Awesome. My apps will now say Techopolis Online Solutions once I transfer them. Now, there is a gotcha.
A big gotcha.
Well, I was talking about my situation, so that's why I said the dude. But if it was a woman running the business, then yeah, it would be the lady.
Yes. Right.
So that's why I said what I did. So
right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say yeah. It's like obviously I understood right, but it's, Basically saying that you are the person with the authority on behalf of your business. That is
Right.
a less offensive way of saying that.
Right. So here's the thing. Here's the gotcha. The issue is when you go to transfer your apps. Say you're an individual and you're transferring to your new company. Okay. There is a term in there that says you want to transfer your apps? Fine. You don't want to be part of the small business program that we're running where you can, not have to, where essentially, your Apple takes 15% instead of 30. So if you transfer apps between accounts, you lose that ability. And that's terrible.
It is.
I feel like, what if you're a small business transferring from individual to a LLC? That you should have that ability. I kind of feel like, maybe, yes, there might be, small game company that is transferring their game to Electronic Arts or, something like that. And that's understandable. Totally understand that. But if you're trying to just send your apps to yourself, that should not be a punishable offense by kicking you out of the small business program. I do not think that should be a problem there. What are your thoughts, Taylor?
I totally agree because, again, businesses grow and you don't want to punish them by making sure that they're more official instead of having the owner's name, right? Because we needed the team abilities of a team organizational developer account, right? And that's just not right to try to punish people for growing and making their business better.
Right, because, I believe the requirements is as long as you're not making $1 million, you can use the small business program. But we're not going to even be making close to that. And, so I think that Apple is kind of missing the mark. Honestly, a lot of the App Store processes and procedures are very not built for a changing economy. Right. They're really not.
They're very rigid.
Mm-hmm. Although, interestingly, we learned something else that I want to talk about, and that is the Mac App Store. I thought it had to be native apps in there. I was so wrong.
Yep.
You can have Electron, I think it's a version 5 point whatever, version 5 plus apps in the Mac App Store that are Electron-based, and that's how... I believe it is Slack that's in the Mac App Store. Is there? It's I think Slack's in the store.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. It's an Electron app. And then 1Password may soon be as well. So, which has its own set of problems that we'll talk to you about on another podcast. But it's very interesting how things, work and don't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's interesting to see what we're going to get, with all of these apps, being Electron and things like that. It would be neat if they made a version of React Native for Mac OS, but I guess since your iOS apps can work on the Mac, technically that means that your React Native apps do on M1 as well.
On M1, right.
Right. Or as Catalyst apps. I wonder how those work as well.
I do not know. So let me see.
So what are your thoughts, chat? What questions do you guys have? What can we answer for y'all about any of the topics we've talked about today?
But then it brings the other question, though, for us, Michael, is that do we, use Expo now? Or since we're all on Macs, thank goodness, do we just do it the other way around, that way we're not limited by Expo's functionalities?
Well, it depends, because Expo makes it easier to get an app started. And I think it's a good way to get an app quickly developed. But then once you need to expand outside of Expo, you can.
You can, right. But again, it still begs the question.
Did you hear your own
yeah.
pace message?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some people that like steak well done, and I don't know that you might as well just like call that beef jerky.
Yep.
It's just my opinion of the whole thing. Might as well just call it beef jerky. So yeah, we also learned a lot about Integromat and other, platforms. Like, for instance, even on Zapier, anytime even one action is performed, that's considered a task or an operation. Mm-hmm. So we were seeing, like our levels were like, you've used 90 whatever % of your allotments. Like, how? And so every 5 minutes it was using one or two items. So it's like, and same on Zapier, they give you a less number. So anytime one of your actions runs, that's 1 out of, 750, I think, is on the free plan. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain to figure out how much of that you're going to need.
When am I getting a Raspberry Pi? I do not know. That is a good question. That is a good question, your own pay, that I do not have an answer to at the moment.
I think, though, that you would enjoy it, a Raspberry Pi, just to play with. Just in your off time, like when you're not working with clients and stuff, just playing around with it. I think you'd enjoy it.
I would, too. I just have to actually get it,
Yep. So what's going on your in your neck of the woods, Taylor? I've been talking a lot about all my stuff. So
I've been kind of talking a lot too, but I'm just gonna go ahead. We're doing Taylor's Teardowns now. So every Monday, Taylor's Tech Talks is gonna be live from now on. So we're gonna be doing a lot of live streams. Which is awesome because I love going live. I can make videos, that's great, but I love going live. Now, I don't know if I love editing those live streams, but I love going live regardless. So, we're going to be tearing down popular applications that you all might use. For example, 1Password 8 beta for Mac. We're going to tear that down probably this week. We're going to tear down WordPress plugins and any other assistive, technology, or not even assistive technology, any other like application or thing that you feel like should be torn down from an accessibility perspective. Again, these are not to say how inaccessible they are, but they're to kind of highlight, what could be improved, but then also to give awareness and education to developers about why they should make things accessible and what kind of barriers people face if they are not accessible. I did a Descript teardown at like 11 o'clock on Sunday night. That was the...
You called it Techopolis.
That was going to be, that part
Michael,
of it, right?
Your own pay.
I know. Hold on, let me finish my sentence.
I was just commenting on his chat.
Yep, I know. But yeah, basically what I was trying to say at that point, because I'm, is that, now I don't even know because you cut me off. But either way, Taylor's Teardowns is a thing. So if you want to submit ideas, because we do have a Google form, although who knows how long that Google form will be in existence, because I may end up switching it back to a Gravity form. Michael, should we reveal what we did today, or should we not do that?
Let's wait on that because let's see how well it works, and then we'll continue with that.
Yeah, but again, I think it is more stable on Mac because from what y'all have had, you've never ever had problems with it.
Yeah. So, I guess go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and mention what you've done.
Here's the deal, guys. And Michael Babcock is probably gonna freak himself out. So
he's gonna say, "I told you so."
Yeah. So here's the deal. So a while back, we started using something called Todoist. Okay, really good application. I've got a referral link somewhere. It'd be awesome if you'd use it. Help support the channel and everything else. I'm going to try to find it. If not, it'll be in the description later on when this is published as a blog post on iAccessibility and Taylor's Tech Talks. So, Todoist. It's a really awesome application. And what it does is it allows you to make to-do lists. You can share projects. You can share, everything. I think I've got 13 projects in there. The deal is that the accessibility of Todoist is a little bit questionable at times. Now that I'm running a mostly Mac workflow, it is really fully accessible almost on Mac, and it really has been fully accessible on Mac for a while. The problem we had is that Windows, it was completely almost inaccessible. However, we were using Microsoft To Do, which was great. Unfortunately, as you all know, both of us are extremely busy. And what does that mean? We're trying to automate whatever we can automate. Unfortunately, Microsoft To Do lacks in this area, and automation really isn't available. So, as a result, we had a problem. And our problem was I needed to automate more stuff because I had too much to do. And not only that, but it took me too long to enter things into the to-do lists, so I wouldn't actually use them whatsoever. So, here we are today. We are going to use Todoist, and we set up our help desk so that whenever a email comes in from helpdesk@tayloraccess.com, which by the way is our new support ticketing system, it will automatically get thrown into the Taylor's Accessibility Services Help Desk project. And Michael and I will both be notified that there's something that needs to be addressed. Now, this is awesome because basically we were able to set up a forwarder, and then we were able to say, it would email in from the Todoist email address that they give you, which is a very long string of things. And basically, whenever you email that mailing list, or that, not mailing list, whenever you email that project, it will add, a task there. And so that's kind of how that worked. And there's just no functionality like that in Microsoft To Do. Plus, I can have extensions and integrations, for my A-Lady, and I was somehow able to connect to the iOS reminders, even though I don't know how I did it. Now I have to tell Michael, but again, I don't know how I did it. So the point is that we needed to automate, and so right now we're using Todoist for our internal things. Obviously, things that we need to share with third parties, unfortunately, still has to be on Microsoft To Do. But things that at least are shared between Michael and I have been migrated to Todoist, and I would say overall it's been a success. It's fully accessible on Mac and iOS. And Michael, it was pretty awesome. So we just got a chat message from your own pay that said, Demasi told you so.
Yep.
Well, and obviously we got that a long time ago, but again, I don't want to just throw in chat messages, right? I'm trying to make sure it's somewhat orderly.
So also, I'm kind of curious, we also signed up for a workspace for Techopolis for Slack. And I'm wondering if we can have a channel where those tickets can go right into there, not even using Integromat or Zapier, but I wonder if Slack has an integration that can do that for us.
Probably. Did you say it was inaccessible on Android? Is that what you were saying?
Let me find out.
I think if that's what you just said.
And accessible on Android.
And, I'm sorry. I heard and inaccessible, possibly.
Nope.
Sorry.
And accessible.
Well, great. It's accessible on Android. Awesome. So, it's accessible on all the platforms. The web app could probably use some work. I haven't really evaluated it. But the point is that right now we're on Todoist. And yes, Michael, it is accessible. Thank you for clarification there. The point, though, is that we needed to automate, right? And I think it's working really great because basically as well, what I'm going to probably end up doing is I might just get rid of that Google form. And every time a new entry is submitted, it'll probably just go right in the Taylor's Tech Talks list on Todoist.
Yep.
Right.
So
go fill out that form. Also, I'm going to put the link in there. It's taylorstechtalks.com/idea. So if you have a Taylor's Tech Talks teardown idea, go throw it in the Google form or the Gravity form or whatever form we're going to have that day. But the thing is that won't matter because that page will always be there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. So if you guys have your teardown ideas, I know your own pay, you had a lot of them. So if you wouldn't mind putting them in the form, that would be ideal so that we can keep them organized, and that way we can schedule content for the next few months.
Right. And, we've been playing around with a lot of YouTube streaming, and it's really... All right. I don't know what you quite meant by that. We've been using a lot of YouTube streaming solutions, and I think we're starting to narrow down what's the best one to use for text-to-speech, and it's kind of exciting. We talked about, I don't know if it was before stream or during stream that we mentioned the text-to-speech Chrome extension for YouTube chat. Really excited about that. Speech chat does pretty well with Twitch, and I think I understand why, and we're going to figure that out on my next game stream about... I was wondering why you said have a good shower. Yeah, that was a funny chat message. I was very confused. So, we've been looking at a lot of this stuff, and so I think we're going to have a good way to work, to tell or to help other people who are blind and low vision get the best out of speech chat for all kinds of streams, and so I'm really excited about it.
Well, not just speech chat, but...
Well, no, text-to-speech chat.
Sorry, you said speech chat, as in just a singular speech chat
thing. No. We're going to have a good solution for, having chat messages read out loud, no matter what platform you're on, and I think that's going to be coming really soon, so I'm really excited about that.
That is awesome, and this Chrome extension isn't bad. I think what happened the first time we tried to use it is that both of us didn't have it, so it was kind of hard to try to keep up with chats.
Right, and you're I'm not using it either, and I think that it's sometimes yours is faster than mine, sometimes mine is faster than yours.
But you're using Restream, aren't you?
Right.
But I'm saying, if you were to use a Chrome extension, wouldn't it be the same?
Maybe not. It may not be because of delays in Zoom and a lot of other moving parts. So it just depends. But I think what Restream is doing is there's latency settings in YouTube, and I think it's setting them down to lower latencies than the standard that a lot of times is used. So I think that's really interesting, and I'm very curious to try that out.
That is interesting. That is very interesting. Let's see. What else? The only other thing I can think about is that I have been having a battle with video editing softwares lately.
Oh, yes, this.
Oh, boy, this is a fun topic to talk about, and unfortunately, probably somebody's going to make me do a demo, which I'm not prepared for. I can tell.
Not today. We won't worry about it today.
Right, but I'm sure in the future, somebody is going to put that on the Google form. I bet by the end of the night, Michael, it'll show up. Anyways.
Probably.
So, here's the deal. Apple has a 3-month free trial of something called Final Cut Pro, which is their Premiere? Wow. No, we're not talking about it.
That's a great pun. That was awesome.
Wow.
That was great.
What I meant to say was their... now I can't talk. Great. Which is their professional video editing software, so almost like Adobe Premiere, right? It's Apple's professional version, and they've got a 3-month free trial where you can try it out for yourself before you actually buy it. And it's really awesome, and the other thing is that me being blind, I was also able to balance out all my colors. So, I tried to edit my Taylor's Tech Talks live stream, but honestly, I probably shouldn't have started off with that stream because I just couldn't get very far. What I'm probably going to end up starting with, though, is actually this, because it'll be a lot easier to try to edit now that I have some shortcuts. But I was literally able to balance out my colors by myself using VoiceOver, so I think, using Final Cut. So I think. Let me put the link in the chat for the Final Cut free trial if y'all want to try it. It's obviously on Apple's website, so it is legitimate. How much is it after that free trial, Michael?
I think it's $300 from what I remember. It's $100 more than Logic Pro.
Yeah. But I'll put this in the description, and I'm sure somebody's going to want me to do a demo. And like I said, I tried with my Taylor's Tech Talk stream, which was good. It was, but it was all over the place the other day, and there was a lot going on. So, But I'm going to probably try with this Techopolis anyways, because if we have to redistribute this, I want to at least, I'll try it out. But I'm getting pretty good at using it. It's very accessible with VoiceOver.
Yep. And with an M1 Mac, I bet it doesn't even kick up your fan, does it?
No.
Yeah, my 16-inch MacBook Pro's fan would be screaming just having that app open.
So there is the free trial link if y'all want to give it a try. Again, and all these links will be in the description after the fact. So, that is the deal with the video editors, because while I love this script, it's very reliant and edits are tight, very tight, which could be kind of a problem.
The other thing that I feel like with Descript is it's very resource intensive, especially bandwidth. So I think that causes a lot of problems as well.
Yeah.
So, Taylor, do we have anything else, or do we think we're about ready to wrap it up for this evening?
We're about ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's been a great show. Where can people find you online?
Yeah, so you guys can find me all over the place. So, TaylorsTechTalks.com is my main Taylor's Tech Talks website. We've got a YouTube channel, Taylor's Tech Talks. It's in the chat. I'll link it over again, but it's already been in there. You can follow Tay's Tech Talks on Twitter to know what the latest is with the Taylor's Tech Talks shows. You can follow Taylor_Art22 on Twitter to get to know the latest with what's going on with me personally. And I'm also on Facebook. Tay's Tech Talks is the username. Or you just type in Taylor's Tech Talks. I'm sure it'll come up by now. And yeah, so those are where you can find me. If you're interested in possibly working together as a company, right, because I do, accessibility consulting and development and all that kind of fun things, you'll want to visit my company website, which is tayloraccess.com. So those are where you can find me online. I will put all the links in the description, and that way you'll be able to find me online, and then those are kind of some of the places that I am. But honestly, I'm all over the web, so if you literally just, Taylor's Tech Talks or some variation of that, I'm sure you'll find me somewhere online. But yeah, those are places where you can find me. You can also support Taylor's Tech Talks on Patreon as well. So we just announced some new Patreon tiers. We've got an awesome Discord if you do $1 a month. And we've got a premium content, basically, where you can get access to like the edited, produced live streams once I actually figure out how to edit properly at $4 a month. And we have our VIP tier where you can literally go live with me on stage at the end of the streams for $6 a month. So we've got awesome Patreon tiers, patreon.com/Taylor's Tech Talks, if you want to support me there as well.
All right, and for me, as Michael Dowies, you can find me on Twitter at Mike Dowies. On Facebook, just search for Michael Dowies. I'm all over the place. You can find me producing content on the IAcast and game streaming on this channel. And you can email me at MikeDowies at techopolis.online.
Yep, and Taylor at TaylorAccess.com as well.
Yep. So, I think that's going to do it for us today, and it's been a great episode. We got to talk about a lot of great stuff, and so I got some stuff to research. So this has been really amazing. So, Taylor, thanks for being here, and
yeah,
it's awesome
you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
It's awesome having your new background and your new environment. So
I'm loving it.
Hope you're enjoying it, and I think we're going to come up with a different show next time to kind of spicing things up. We're going to put some seasoning on that steak. Going back to
you think
Michael's discussion. Yeah, I think we've been doing this a while. We need to bring somebody on and talk about something different.
Let's throw this question out to the chat. What do y'all want to see?
Yeah, what kind of topics do you guys want to see? And we may do the same thing for this show. We might put up a Google form or some kind of form.
Actually put up a Gravity form and have it go to the Techopolis.
To our list, yep.
To the Techopolis Live project, which I created in Todoist. And if y'all want a tutorial on how to do that, put it in the comments or put it in the chat or probably, people have also sent me video requests, believe it or not, on Twitter. Put it there because honestly, the to-do list is literally where we're going to keep all of our ideas. So if you have any ideas, we want to hear them. So let's see if chat has anything to say.
And also, we are Techopolis OS on Twitter, and our website is techopolisos.com.
Yep.
I went out and bought like a bunch of domains that had Techopolis in the name,
Yeah, you did. The next thing I was going to actually say, techopolis.io.
That'd be kind of neat.
Not that we really need that, but...
We have techopolis.online, we have techopolisos.com, and we have techopolishosting.com.
But who knows, that could actually be used for some kind of course platform.
Right. We got all kinds of possibilities.
We do.
So it's really awesome. So we will be putting that up here pretty soon, and I'm really excited about it. So we will be back next week with a new show.
We will. But yeah, let us know if you have something that you want to see. Put it in the comments, put it in chat, ask us, and we'll try to see if we can do that.
Yep, exactly. All right, that'll do it. We are going to be out of here, and until next show, we'll talk to you later.
All right, see y'all later.